This episode of Smirking Gun Reviews is brought to you by brand new and improved Belter Chow. That's right. If you're out there in the belt and you're feeling that you want to have something to eat that expresses how much you love what Marco and Naros is doing, well, brand new improved Belter Chow now with 50% more rocks. Right. Hey everybody, how you doing out there? This is Rob here at Smirking Gun Reviews, and I want to thank everybody for your patience as I did take a few weeks off to take care of myself. For anybody out there who knows me, knows that I suffer from really bad anxiety and other things that just made me feel like I really needed to step away and take care of some things for a while, take care of myself, and it was really worth it. But we're back. I wasn't sure if I would make it though, but we've gotten to the right place. I've gotten myself to a place where I'm ready to come back, and no, it's the Expanse season finale was the goal. But if I wasn't ready, I wasn't going to come back. And I feel like I'm ready enough to tackle this and do it. And I hope everybody liked that little ad that I had in front of the video. It's something you're going to see a lot more of on the channel. Speaking of which, again, if you like the channel, if you like what you're seeing here, please consider liking and subscribing to the channel if you're not already a subscriber. Again, you guys are the Screaming Firehawks. The Expanse fans are some of the best fans in the world, and you guys in the comment section are fantastic. Because again, I have the first book. I have not read the other books, and so I love coming at this from that angle. And your comments are so great and so in depth and so insightful, without being condescending to a non-book reader. I will read all these books. Okay, I will read them all. Just 40 hours a week at a job and then other things going on. It's a lot. I also want to mention that you guys, if you like my stuff and you want more Expanse talk, go over to Mark from Enchantment of Eternity's channel, where he reviews all the Expanse. In fact, he just re-released everything that he's ever done because of a copyright problem. So they're real easy to find on his channel. But also on Thursdays, he does the live discussion with Darren Jakes over from D's Reviews, and with other special guests as well. This one should be a really interesting one to talk about the season finale of this show. And so without further ado, let's start talking about the finale of season 5. And first off, I want to know a few things. Okay? Is this whole season feels like it really would have been a great movie. This is my only gripe. And it's not really a gripe. It's more like a story thing for me. Is that this felt like it should have been the Expanse movie. Like a 2.5, 3-hour movie. Because as great as I really found this season to be, I felt it was a shame that there wasn't more for other characters to do. It felt like Amos and Alex were just always out in the Razorback floating around in space. It just felt like that was it for 10, there was more than that. They were doing some things early, but like we're 10 episodes deep. We're at the finale and they've just been out in space. And I wish that there was more for them to do. And they're not the only characters that had that, It took a little while for everything to come together, And that happens a lot in shows. But the reason I bring that up is because I didn't read the book. How much is missing? How much of the story that's from the book is not here in the season? If it's nothing, then it's nothing. But I really wanted to know, like, what did they leave out? because this feels, the time that this story takes place is very short, kind of like season 4 was. All the seasons actually have like a short time period of the events happening, but when I look at seasons 1, 2, and 3, they feel so much more epic, and so much. All these characters are all doing a lot. There's a lot going on for everybody to do. It just feels like everything is really tightened up in season 4 and season 5, and that's a good thing. But it also just it made me want more of the characters. Give Alex and Amos more, Alex and Bobby more to do. Um, I had wished that Amos could have gotten to, the rest of the group faster. Um, that being said, none of it's bad. Okay, I don't want anybody, because I know people have a tendency to just hear the negative and go, well, this, and this, and this, and this. It's all good. All of it was good. Every character aspect was good. I love it so much, I wanted more. I also want to talk about how this was Naomi's season to me. She had the biggest arc in this entire season. She had the most to do. She had the most screen time. She had the most dramatic impact going on. Because yeah, what was going on Earth with Amos, he was like our Earth perspective of the devastation that was going on down there, and his adventures with Clarissa Mao. They were all fun. And Amos trying, Alex and Bobby, they're out there trying to just figure out what was going on with the Mars ships, and then trying to get to Naomi this whole time. And you got Holden trying to get to Naomi this whole time. And you got Avasarala, who's just kind of stuck on Luna doing politics. But Naomi, and then you have Drummer, who, again, Drummer. Kara G, man. Favorite character on the show. She had her own she had a pretty decent arc too, having to be the voice of dissent of the Belters, who are trying to, start up this huge war with the Earth. And she had a lot going on, and her stuff was really great, and she shines here in the finale. But Naomi is the one who had to deal with all the consequences of her past, with Marco, with her son, with her former crewmates, with wanting to be with her current, shipmates. All that internal drama going on in her head, and feeling like maddening, how maddening it must have been for her. Trying to navigate all these feelings, and feelings of giving up and never giving up though in the end. Jumping to her ship, not allowing Marco to use her, not allowing him to just dictate her life, and what his plans, and always trying to interrupt what he was trying to do. And somehow managing to get the ship back working, and then everything else, and we'll get to that. But I really feel like this is Naomi's season, and also that Dominic Tipper should be nominated for Best Actress this year. All the awards that get, for television. She did an amazing job throughout this entire series. She is the biggest standout, despite how I love Amos and I love um, but yeah. And so now we're actually going to talk about it. We're 8 minutes in, but those were the big, big, big beats. And like I said, I love this season. I love it. I love it. I like it more than season 4, but I still don't like it as much as season 1, 2, or 3. It's like 1, 2, 3, 5, and then 4. Because I think 1, 2, and 3 just keep ramping up, so I can't really rate those differently. And so let's just get into it. I mean, if you've seen it, you've seen it, right? So Marco has got his ships coming straight at the Rocinante. The Rocinante's coming right for them. And Holden's basically made peace with, we're going to go out fighting. We're going to make Marco focus on us. We're going to make these people focus on us so that Alex and Bobby can get Naomi. And it's saying goodbye. We're seeing some of these characters. We don't know who's going to live and die, except for people who read the books, maybe. But see, I have a feeling that Alex didn't die in the book. That might have been something that they did because of what was going on with the actor playing Alex Kazanvar. But what was great here, right, is what we have is kind of loyalty and friendship versus risks and logic plan, where we are standing our ground, like what Amos says later. We're standing our ground for our family, and that is what is going on here. Holden is sacrificing himself, putting himself right in front of Marco's guns to make sure that Naomi gets saved. And Alex is burning all the way there, risking his life to get to Naomi. And then we have the wild card, which saves the day. Drummer finally makes her move. I've been waiting for it. It was going to come. I was so ready, and it did not disappoint. When she pulled that gun on her and said, "Don't you move, I will kill you if you say another word." And when she fired on her own ships, it was gorgeous. And then, yes, for a second I thought that the tables were going to be turned, but thankfully, one of her shipmates accidentally kills, the lady that was, I can't remember her name. I hated her though. Because I didn't want anybody to, if she was against Drummer, then you're my enemy. And so she dies, and then Drummer proceeds to basically take out, as many of the other ships as she can so that Holden can make it through. And how many people were saying how much they loved, this is Naomi Nagata, and I'm in control. For me, it was because considering the history of these two characters, when Drummer calls the Roci to tell Holden, this is Drummer. And it's like, again, all this history that these characters have, when she calls him and says that, what it means, what it means for Drummer to help Holden. Now, yes, it's all in service of Naomi, still and all that, but that's a lot. And that really got my hair standing on end. I was so happy. And plus that fight. That fight was so awesome. The ship stuff, like, it was white knuckle stuff. And I'm looking at it, and it's all just computer generated stuff. And video game cutscenes, right? But I was still white knuckling it the whole time. Also, hey, by the way, if you need a Doors and Corners shirt, you can find this on TeePublic, I think, or it's Redbubble that I got this. God, I really miss Thomas Jane. And I miss Miller. But then we have Naomi. Again, just Dominic Tipper managing to get, one of the engines to burst. And she jumps from her fucking ship. She jumps from her ship, proceeds to do belter hand signs so that when Alex and Bobby can come there and see her, if they see her, they'll know not to go near the ship because it's a bomb. And Naomi is so fucking smart and so, she's got balls of adamantium. It was just pure freaking genius. And so when Bobby spots her, right, and again, there was a lot of scenes in here that went on a little longer than they needed to be for tension's sake, where it's like, you think they passed her? And I'm going, "Grr!" But the one scene that really got me is they see her out there, they decipher the hand signals, right? And when you hear Bobby has her, but they still hold on her, and you don't know what's happening. Even though she's got oxygen now, and you feel like she should be safe. They wouldn't from that shot, that claustrophobic shot where you just hear Bobby's voice in her ear, and I kept going, just cut from this shot so I know they're safe. They held on to it so long that it felt like I was holding my breath until they finally showed that Bobby had made her own space jump to get Naomi. And then just as heartbreaking as everything was, and the move and the risk that Bobby had said what the risk would be of doing what they're doing, and realizing that Alex has stroked out and died. Now say what you will about the actor, but the character, when you hear him say, that was one hell of a ride, as he dies, is a really great ending for this character. And it didn't, despite what happened and why this happened, it was a fitting end to this character. And it's, and characters die. And, our characters here in this show have been safe for a while. We haven't lost anybody since season 1. And so it gives it some weight despite the reasons why. Marco doesn't really have too much to do here. Philip really doesn't have much to do this episode, but there was that great scene where him and Marco's, again, he's losing his shit because things are starting to, what looks like to him, fall apart. Them trying to kill the Rocinante people. And him now turning his own, killing his own people, blaming them for Drummer's betrayal, and then killing them so that they would see. But Philip's reaction to it being, I don't know what we're arguing over. Why you're getting mad. We tried to kill him. We failed. Changes nothing about the plan. He's full in now. He's full in. He's committed to this. I had hoped maybe he would see reason, and maybe someday down the line. But to me, it's over for him. For me, I don't care anymore. He's got to go down with his father. He made his choices. And you have to live with them. And as many as I would like to say, he's had a tough life. Everybody's had a tough life. Not every choice that you make is about your tough life. Maybe, there are reasons that you got there, but you start making your own choices, you have to accept the consequences. And for me, the consequence, she tried her best, and she can probably continue to try her best. But this member, he needs to go down hard. They do take out Naomi's ship, so it can't be used on anybody, which I thought was a good call. Naomi's message, when they listened to that was a very, very heartfelt moment for those two characters. And what all of this meant in that message is kind of very true. It kind of speaks to a lot of fans. And the whole, a lot of the themes are in that speech about family. Amos, as much as I love it, he only had a little to do, but what they did give him was fantastic, and that was the Clarissa Mao being a member of the Rocinante problem. Well, it turns out it's real easy, and it was funny as hell. We go all the way back to Amos saying, remember when you told me you were going to put me down? And now here we are. We're bygones and we're family. So he uses that manipulation, some clever manipulation, to get Clarissa on board. Thanks for being cool about this. And it really was. There was nothing really left to be said. She walks in. She looks at Holden. Holden looks at her. Hi. He got played by Amos. The only other thing it would have made it was like Holden going, he really is smarter than he looks. And so there's that. That was really funny. Now, I did find it strange that we're having a celebration scene at the end of this. I kept expecting another rock to just hit Luna and everybody to die in a fiery explosion. Because it's like you don't have a party when the fight's still going. And it's right then that we have one speech talking about this is what Marco fears. All of us together, Belters, Martians, Earthers, all together, working together. To the contrast immediately of Marco saying, you always have to have a knife in the darkness. A backup plan. Just when, just so when you think you're done and they think you're done. When they think you're out and you're going to be, it's just a matter of you. Have that other knife. Have that knife in the darkness to stab them in the heart. And that's where they turn their attention to the ring. And it's where we find out that the Martians and the Belters are working together. The Martians are bought and prayed for with the proto-molecule that was on a missile that was never meant for them. It went past them and they dismissed it. So Mars now has the proto-molecule doing it for God knows what that is in the sky. All I could think of was the phrase, they tampered in God's domain. And that it's not going to work out for them. Trying to figure out the proto-molecule, it's going to bite them in the ass. And probably swallow them and chew them and spit them out. So we'll be able to, that'll be something to look forward to later. But the ring now, it's basically the ring. Inside the ring is Mars. Over here on the other, and our side of it, it's the Belters. And now all you've got left is Luna. Or assumedly, all that's left is Luna. And so that's where we end. And then they have this speech, and as soon as I saw Babbage, okay, this character, Babbage, I looked at her and I went, that's the crazy redhead from Hannibal with the big eyes. I don't know what that was doing. I don't know why I did that, but I don't like that character. That actress always plays conniving, just, oh, she's so good at it, okay? This is not a diss to the actress. But as soon as I saw her, I was like, yep, she bad. But they're talking about zero tolerance on even the most minor infractions. Death. Dishonorable discharge is a bullet. So Mars is taking a hardcore stance of moving forward to basically, if this is gonna work for us, no more cutting corners, no more bending the rules. We are hardline stance to get what we want. And then time stops, and that red and black, what looked like the symbiote from Venom, and they disappear into the ring, and it's all red and black. And all I could think of was Miller. All I could think of was Miller and the things that killed all of them in season 4, the whole explanation of that. And I feel like that's somehow got to be a part of this. So that's the finale of The Expanse season 5. It's a crazy, crazy finale. It is so good. I couldn't believe how much they fit in here, but also leaving me still wanting more. I want more. So I don't want season 6 to be the end. And I don't know what's going to happen with a time jump, I guess, because of what happens in the next book. It's anybody's guess. And so that's where we leave it. It's been a fun ride, and while I know I missed some episodes, and I apologize again for that, I was having a great time just being a fan for a while. As you can see, I'm a fan of a lot of things. And so if you like this review, please hit the like button, comment, share, subscribe, hit the bell for all notifications. Otherwise, you can find me talking about more stuff on my channel. Stick around. You might find some more stuff that you like. There's over 1,000 videos here, okay? So anyway, this is Rob here at Smirking Gun Reviews saying have a great day. We'll be back next season for what is hopefully not the series finale or the final season of The Expanse. It's been great talking with all of you this year. Please stick around, leave some comments, and we'll see you next time. Have a great night. Bye.